Ave Satanas, lovely living people, and welcome to, I'm sorry, what? An Unofficial Ghost Podcast. My name is Lizzie.
And I'm Sabrina.
Hi Sabrina, how are ya?
Hi. Good. How are you?
Good. Well, thank you. You learned
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yay.
yeah. I'm a
Mm.
changed woman.
Oh,
Mhm.
why? What happened?
I,
Okay.
I just
Um, okay.
because I thought about myself. I thought about my actions,
Oh.
and they weren't always the nicest and most polite actions, and so that's bullshit. Like I have no idea.
I was like, did you have a revelation? Oh,
That was
girl.
that was that was a good one.
Yeah, but I don't have anything to follow it up with. So
No.
I don't know. So okay. So today's episode is about not Sabrina, obviously. I mean I don't know why you look at me like that. I was
for,
like,
for this for, for this episode, I'm just the I'm just like an accessory because the last episodes I was like more of the person that was like leading the conversation, and um for the next episodes Lizzie will do that probably because she's a little bit more in the topics. I mean, I am too, don't get me wrong, but Lizzie is like the person for this thing, like she writes all the stuff, especially for today. Today I'm just here to give some comments, basically.
actually, as you maybe see in my hand, I do not have paper today because all of this is too wild to ever be printed out on paper. I could not handle that. So, yeah, right in
What is
front of
what
me.
is what is our drink of the day?
Oh, yeah. Did we already say what we talk about today? No, whatever. Drink of
No,
the day. And
yes, this comes first, and then
what
we'll
is your
talk about the
drink of the
topic.
day? While we
I originally wanted like a beer or a radler, but I have something else which I know that you won't like that for yourself, but I have root beer. Love root beer. I haven't had
don't
one in like at least a year.
hmm, I
Cheers.
mean, cheers. I mean, don't get me wrong. I do like the taste of root beer because like it reminds me of I
Cough
think it was a
medicine.
yeah, no,
That's
but
what most
I think like back in the 80s. Oh my god, did I almost say my age? No. Back in the whatevers, um I
people.
think there was a chewing gum that had the similar taste. So when
Which
I had root beer again a few years ago, I was like, "Oh my god, that's tastes like the chewing gum or something from my childhood." And but I could not finish that can because it was just too much. It was like too much of that flavor. So that's the thing.
if you want to try if you want to try to like root beer,
No.
but not you.
Oh, okay. Well,
You
if
could get
you.
yourself like a tall glass, and then you can put in some scoops of vanilla ice cream, and then you can pour some root beer on top. This tastes so fucking great. um, this is called a root beer float. I haven't had one in years. But yeah, I love that. But the thing is, a couple of years ago, every day before school, my friends and I went to this gas station that was right beside our school, and every single morning, like at 7 a.m., we got ourselves a can of root beer, and just walked to school feeling so fucking cool. We hated the taste, but we felt so cool. But I love it nowadays. I don't know. I love it.
Yeah.
What is your drink?
Oh, my drink is another one of those Swedish cider thingies from.
Pear or what is it?
Huh?
Pear or
It's not pear. Sadly, it's not pear. It's strawberry vanilla. And this is,
uh,
I have no idea how this is going to taste, but this is like, I think they had
please
like four flavors, and now this is the fourth one out of that
please
row.
try that right now. That sounds
I will.
disgusting.
I will. I don't know. I
There's
mean,
no there's no reason for vanilla in a fruity drink. Vanilla in a drink that is not like a coffee or something is weird, or like in a milkshake. That is okay, but
It smells
in like
like
a isn't
what
there
is it?
vanilla in root beer?
I mean, you put vanilla ice cream in it, so I mean,
Yeah, but that is some yeah.
it's
Hmm.
it smells like what's erdbeerbohle in English? I mean, strawberry is obvious, but strawberry
Strawberry ball.
uh, whatever. Like when you have a huge bowl of alcohol,
Mm.
usually vodka, and then sprinkle a few strawberries in there to make it look
That
fruity.
is not that is
Sh-
not what a bowl is.
sh-
Vodka and fruit. What
sh-
the fuck? What kind of parties
and
have you been?
oh lord, and what is it? Not champagne, but like sect. What is there like a word for
Sparkling
sect?
wine
Hmm?
is sect. Sparkling wine is
Yeah,
sect.
sparkling wine and vodka mixed with strawberries, for example, and then you let it sit for hours, and then
Lizzie
you're
has
like me.
obviously no idea what a bowl is.
Oh, I have an idea.
Not like a traditional one though.
No, it's not traditional. I mean, traditional one to the parties I've been to, but and
The
then you just
headache
sit
I
there
would
and
get from
oh, I just eat the fruits that have been. I mean,
marinating for hours on that liquor.
yeah,
But I think
but
the headache I would get from sparkling wine and vodka would be out of this world.
I mean, I'm still surprised that I can vividly remember everything from those nights.
Yeah, you might
Which,
have a strong liver.
yeah, I mean, I
Train from.
felt like I was almost dying. Whatever. However, this smells like that.
Taste it. Flashbacks.
It also tastes like that,
Flashbacks to
but
Lizzie's
it's
youth
not as
back in the
strong.
60s.
I'm not that old.
No, you don't look that
See
old.
that one discussion that we had about how old I might be never
Your
made it
birthday's
out in
coming
the
up.
world because like it was.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. But your birthday's coming up. I'm saying it right now. I will bake you a little cake, and I
Oh,
will. Maybe we can. Oh no, you probably not on your birthday, but maybe like a day or two before or after that, I can bake you a little. No, not before, but after your birthday, I can bake you a little cake, and I
no,
will
before,
put
but no
some.
after. Yeah, but
Yeah, before your birthday, it would like be bad luck. So
yeah,
after your birthday, I can bake you a little cake, and I can put some numbers on top, and then I can show the world. And
yes.
you can pretend to blow out the candles, and I will blow them out for you.
You want me to whatever.
I would
Um,
love for you to blow.
good. Um,
My birthday's coming up as well.
yeah,
In
I know, and you will receive a package
why though?
because I can.
My birthday is in 13 days.
I know.
Damn, I didn't think it was that soon. I can say my age. I'm about to turn 27. I don't look a day
27
older
is
than
oh no,
6,
yeah.
which I am. I still am. I'm
I'm
26, so
26.
I still sometimes have to show my ID when I buy Red Bull though.
Oh yeah.
Isn't it
What Red
crazy?
Bull?
Yeah,
Seriously?
yeah. You can't buy Red Bull here unless
When
you're 18. It used to be 16 a couple of years ago, but
when did they
they
change that?
it's been years.
Oh my god.
When I was in school, it was 16 back then, but I think when I got out of school, they already had upped that to 18. And yes, when I don't wear makeup, I almost always have to show my ID.
I
I
mean,
once, like 2 or 3 years ago, I bought a box of Moncherie,
hmm,
and I had to show my ID for that. I was like 24 or something.
but I remember that I mean, nowadays they don't because nowadays it would be just like ridiculous to be honest. Like I mean, come on. But yeah, I was also well over 20 and sometimes, because I used to smoke up until I was 30.
So 20 years
So
ago now.
yeah, almost 25. um, so every now and then I still got asked like, "Are you 18 yet?" And I was just like, "What the? How?" Especially, oh my god, I remember one time, but it was like, yeah, maybe when I was like 25, 26 or something. Um, late at night, late at night, at around 10 p.m. Let's say it was 9 or 10 p.m. I was like, oh yeah, I want vodka for, I don't know why I decided to drink
Cooler.
vodka at home alone with my mom sitting in the living room. I have no idea.
Making a little bowler.
But exactly, and eating only the fruits. But
Isn't it just a punch?
yeah, no,
Like a fruit punch?
yeah, fruit. Is it?
Yeah,
I don't.
it's just, I think it's the same.
Yeah, yeah. So some, yeah, whatever. People will tell us, or we could look it up. But I'd rather have people
I'm
tell
proud
me.
you.
Okay, so I drove there with my own car to that gas station to get the alcohol, and the cashier saw me get out of my car, walk
Yeah,
in, and then
yeah.
they were like, "Are you 18 yet?" And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I have my car keys in my hand right now. You saw me get out of my car. There's nobody else in there. You can see that. Like, how? So, yeah, that was one of the more memorable moments. So, yeah.
It's punch, by the way.
Oh, okay, it's punch. So, a fruit punch, a strawberry punch with lots of
Yes,
vodka. Yeah, that's what
sure.
it, I mean, to be honest, it's like kind of like flashbacks.
Put some vodka in there. Maybe
Mm-mm.
it'll help.
Mm-mm. No. However,
On today's topic.
yeah, what are we even talking about? I mean, people will know from the title, but still.
Yes, so after now we got the the basics, the Papa episodes behind us, and the very basic ghost basics. Wow.
Mhm.
Um we want to dive into the theories
Yeah,
and everything
because it's about
that comes
time.
with those. Yes.
Yeah.
About damn time.
In a minute,
Yes, and
I'm gonna need a
sentimental.
man or woman.
Pump me up.
Yeah. Um.
Um yeah, so but we don't want to dive into like one specific theory today, like just the theory itself, because
Yeah.
we
Do
um
what
did some research into into several
directions?
directions. Um yes, and we would like to talk about
All of
one
them.
like at least, yeah, yes, yeah, but
But we have to start
one,
somewhere.
yeah, exactly. And yeah, we would like start with something that Lizzie is the more educated one.
Oh yeah, I'm so
So please,
educated.
would you like to take the lead, please?
Yes. Um. Yeah. So, we thought about like how do we start this, because like obviously, I mean, yeah, we are talking about the Antichrist theory. Did we even mention that? Okay,
Mm.
Antichrist. So if we say there's like two big theories or like two big headlines of that, it's just like, oh, Teresa is coming back or Antichrist. um so we're gonna start with the Antichrist because most of the hints and like behavior and everything, like and the backdrop of the stage and everything, now it hints strongly towards the Antichrist,
Yes.
which in my or our opinion does not mean that Terso's theory will be just like bullshit. So it could be both. Copia could be the Antichrist, but still Terso could come back eventually. I mean, that's the other thing. So yeah, but still there's like so much to that theory. Like if you want to dive into it like really deep and actually try to figure out what's going to happen before it happens, there's a lot. And
A
there's a lot
lot,
to
a
dive
lot.
through and be like, huh, could this be connected and whatnot? So initially, we thought we would start talking about the Four Horsemen. However, today, when I tried to get in the mood and watched some chapters, I got in the mood and I wrote something down on my mind map that is right in front of me on a
Yeah,
monitor.
it's basically a topic that popped up into our brains a couple of days ago already.
Even though it was so
Um,
obvious, to be honest, like, yeah.
yeah, so it wasn't new to Lizzie today or to us today. It's just
Yeah,
that Lizzie
true,
started actually
true.
writing shit down. What
Yeah.
is going on? Oh my gosh,
I don't know what's going on.
I'm just nervous. I don't know.
Yeah, so yeah. So
What was that little
in chapter 5, which is the chapter where Nihil and Sister Imperator have their phone call. They talk about, oh, are you watching Omen on whatever? And yeah, I wouldn't miss a day, 666 days of Satan or whatever. So we never really paid attention to that, which is like, why? Why did we not pay attention to that they picked this movie? Because I mean, I've seen at least one of the movies, so I do remember from ages ago. I mean, I remember when I was very young, when it came out in 1976 or something. No kidding, I was 20. I don't know. No. But I remember when I was fairly young watching one of the Omen movies. I can't remember which one. But so I knew that, oh yeah, Damien, Antichrist, whatever. So I don't know why I never thought about like actually watching the movies again, or even like looking up the plot or something like that and find a connection, because I was just like, yeah, they picked that movie because Antichrist, Satan. Hey Satan. Um what are you eating, by the way?
Hmm? Mm.
Sweet.
It's
Oh.
hazelnuts covered in chocolate.
Oh, okay, good.
Perfect with such a non-sweet drink like root beer.
And yeah, so I started watching because I was like, you know what? Why not? And why did we not watch that sooner? I have
Because
no idea.
we're both in it multiple times.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. So I started watching it, and or more like listening to it while working on whatever. Um and I had some ideas, and I kind of like tried to save them in my brains, which didn't really work out. And I
There's
also
more
stood
than one.
there. Yeah, yeah, multiple brains, all of them. And I was like, oh my god, yeah, let's look up this one in the Bible, what they reference in the movie. And every now and then I was just like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, to Sabrina, and she was like, what's wrong? Do you have a stroke? And I'm like, no, oh my god, oh my god.
I asked her that at least once a day.
That's true. So today I finally, in my mind map that I started like 2 days ago, yeah,
Mm.
kind of like a mind map, more like, like the crazy person thing with a wall with all of the pictures and stuff like that.
You
Like,
can't
is it called?
really see it like if I put it back here. This is like complete and utter madness. This whole thing.
Can't you like zoom out completely so that you have all of
I'm
it
not
in?
sure. Not sure if this is. Oh god, there's even more. What?
Yeah, there's the Four Horsemen on the right side.
Yeah,
And
this
that's
as far
like
as I
barely
can.
scratching the surface. There's still so much missing. However, so that's what I've been working on. And I wrote down some stuff about Neil because I realized something when he visited Sister. And I started writing down. And then I was
For
like,
some
oh,
reason,
hmm?
every single time you mention Nihil, Even though
And
you
like,
sometimes not say anything about me, I always smile. just
see,
just did that a couple of seconds ago.
yeah, that's hmm I'm conditioning you to fall in love with old Nihil, sister. So, sister, listen. When I wrote down some things today, no, I actually was like, you know what? Now's a good time to start writing stuff down about Omen as well. And while I did that, and basically I pulled up like Wikipedia to be or whatever to be like, yeah, was the mother like actually is it called Chacal and Chacal? Chacal,
Check all.
Chacal, Chacal.
Um,
So, and then I read like through the plot on Wikipedia again, and that's just like basically when it started. And I was in that moment, I was really glad that Sabrina was like, "Oh, I need a few more moments before we can do our pre-podcast ritual of getting all
Right.
ready and putting
yeah, we
on."
don't look like that normally.
I do.
Sure. Mm.
Um. So yeah, and I kind of had like not really a
A revelation.
revelation. I mean, kind of. See, that's the other thing. Like, I have to write down a whole other thing about the revelation stuff, and oh my god, and
Mm.
Caligula is still missing in
Mm.
my whole map. So, oh my god. And to be honest,
The
like,
ADHD is taking over this podcast.
yeah, already, like, I'm pretty sure some people are like, get to the
What the
point.
fuck are you talking
What are you
about?
talking about? Like, just start it now. Okay, so today I want to talk about Omen in relation to Copia.
For anybody that has no idea what we're talking about, what, whoops,
Oh,
who
whoops.
has never who has never heard about the Omen, it's well, it is actually a quadrilogy, which like there's 4 movies, but the last one isn't that relevant. It's like an addition, based
Also,
with different storyline, different act, different
yeah.
actors, and
Also, it's basically said in the chapter in the call that the fourth movie is just like whatever. It
yeah, there was
doesn't
a new
matter.
like new creativity,
Yeah, it's
creative team,
just a shitty
something. Yeah,
movie. Shitty tralala. Also, like the third one had a shitty ending because suddenly Christ. Um, yeah. For anybody that doesn't know, or I suggest rewatching the chapters. I mean, not all of them. You don't have to watch all of them now if you don't want to
no,
or
you
don't
have
have
to
the
watch
time.
all of them.
Yeah,
Watch
but
all of them.
but the most relevant for today, I think, is actually the call. Yeah,
Mm.
like the fifth chapter.
So not the call between
However,
sister and
mm,
Copia, the call between Nihil and sister.
exactly. Because the other one with Copia and sister is called to whom it may concern or something.
Hmm.
Yeah. So the Omen movie. Let's call it a trilogy about the boy um that is born from a chacal not yeah, but is it Chacal and Hyde something Chacal
Sure.
and his father slash creator is basically Satan. So I'm not gonna go into the whole movie plot now, but in the end, it's just like this boy is born. The mother died during his birth, and there was this couple in a hospital. I assume that it was a hospital. It looked weird for a hospital, but whatever. Um, and their child was stillborn, but they kind of like somehow managed to be like, "Hey, we have this other baby here," and the so to say father then knew that it wasn't their baby, but he never told the mother.
Mm.
Whatever. So basically, Satan's son is now adopted by two people. Um,
Okay, but whose parents are? I haven't watched The Omen for
yeah,
everybody. If I haven't said that,
hmm.
who is the who are the actual parents of that Antichrist, of that like Satan baby?
A jackal and Satan.
Oh,
That's what I just said.
really?
Wait, I don't really remember because like I just read that before.
The plot isn't really like super relevant
No,
for today's
that's
theory.
true.
So
But no, I was just like looking. No, it's also not really that relevant. So she doesn't even have a name.
so her name is not Jackal.
No,
Okay,
it was a jackal.
so an
I'm
animal.
I'm pretty sure I have not looked that closely. I have to admit, but I'm pretty sure it was still maybe like a demon version. Oh my god, whatever. It's not human. And father slash creator is also not human. It's basically like how the Bible wants to tell you what happened with Mary, being like,
Oh, like the
oh,
virgin thing.
kind of. I mean,
Hmm.
I don't know if the jackal was a virgin though, but and Mary didn't die while giving birth. However, so there's this boy, basically, and he was born on the 6th of June at 6 a.m. Oh my god, Satan. Um, he has a birthmark with 666 hidden on his scalp.
It looks the exact same as the tattoo Copia has on his
Yeah,
chest. Like the six and then
another
like
6 and a third 6.
six,
Yeah,
six.
you mean like 666 number of the beast of the
Yeah,
Antichrist?
I just wanted to like explain how the tattoo itself looks, you know, like
Yeah, like three sixes.
yeah, it could be like 666 written
Mm-hmm.
right beside each other, but it's not. It's like you could edit in a picture.
I could.
Again, as I said, I'm just like this accessory that
Yeah,
spits some bullshit.
yeah,
You may continue now. Thank you.
good. Now, let me see what else do I have here in my mind map. So there's like within the first 5 years, he was just a normal child, and which is kind of weird that it's the 6th year. Is it? No, it's not
Oh.
weird. What? Wait.
Mhm.
What year is it like for Copia?
Right now, number
2000.
5.
Oh my god. Wait,
Well, he
where's my
came on
blue?
came on stage 2018. But you have to remember if that
I
was
know,
like
I know.
if that was the plan, and like COVID came in
I know,
between.
I know, I know, I know.
Maybe Tobias planned COVID. That's basically, I think, what happened.
Because he's the Antichrist.
Yeah.
That there we go. No, but yeah, I just wrote that down to look into it further, which I don't think is relevant, but it could. Who knows? Um hmm. However, yeah, so when he was like, I think it was his 6th birthday, whatever. So they had a nanny, and on this one day, she just like, I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden she just like changed. Oh yeah, and there was this dog showing up, looking at her, and then she kind of like snapped, or I don't know, something changed within her, and she hung herself from the roof of their house while the party was going, and she was like, I'm doing this for you, Damien. And then she hung herself. So, and
Yeah.
everybody, all the children were just like, ah. Obviously I would have also been like, ah. So then there comes this new nanny,
How
which
did Damien react though?
I have no idea. I don't think he was shocked. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, he
because
didn't know. He didn't
exactly,
know
exactly, he didn't
that he was
know
the
that
Antichrist.
he was anything special. But I don't remember. Like he seemed like a normal boy. See, I should have
Mm.
watched it instead of just listened to it. But somehow,
Same you
um,
should do with our podcast. Watch us, not just listen to us.
yes.
I don't know where that came from. Yeah, sure.
So there comes this new nanny, which just showed up. Nobody hired her. She was just like, "Oh yeah, they
Let me
just
take care
sent
of your
me."
child.
No, so they just sent me because like of what happened to the other one. So they yeah, whatever. But she's actually one of the Satanists that was waiting for the Antichrist's arrival, and she kind of like, or they sensed like he has now arrived, and so they kind of want to be close to him, and I don't know, help him, protect him, do
Mm.
whatever it takes to make him be great. And she also has a dog, which is, I assume, the same, or I mean, it looks the same. I'm pretty sure in the movie it's the same. If it's supposed to be the same, which is like one that looks like that, um, which is a black. I don't know. I don't know the race. I don't care. It's a black dog, and he always looks at everybody that might get too close to Damien, and he's just like "Eh," with awful sound effect.
Maybe that's Swiss.
Yeah, so I thought like, because like there were like at one point there was so much barking, like in this weird, ugly, disgusting sound effect, fake barking from the 70s, horrible in this audio quality of whatever this movie was or like stream was. And I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, will they ever stop? Because like they let that go for minutes. And but I was thinking, who? I mean, if that was something like a hellhound, maybe that's the first thing that came to my mind. What if the ghouls are hellhounds, so to say, or like in,
Yeah,
you know,
look at Swiss. He's going fucking feral this
yeah,
tour.
and he's
He's out
also
of his
yeah,
mind. Like the way he's laying on his like little stage, just humping the ground, going completely wild.
yeah,
Kind of sounds like that. And I
yeah.
mean, he maybe he just cannot come off of his stage during the concert, and he just wants to protect Copia, and that's why he's going absolutely crazy because you cannot get to him to actually protect him from whoever, you know.
Huh.
Like maybe he wants to protect him
From the annoying sound
from the audience.
from the audio. Yeah, I mean, I can see that sometimes. Um, but yeah. So maybe I don't know. I wrote that down. I will look into that further.
I'm
Or
so close to
I
the
don't
camera every single time, and you're so far away. I don't know why that is.
because I don't know. And yeah, Damien, as we said, doesn't know about his true
Power.
nature, about his powers, about where he came from and whatever. Um he learns that in military school. I think it was like in the second movie. So teenage years kind of yeah. And in the beginning he didn't really like accept that, but I mean,
Mm.
I'm pretty sure like when you learn that you're the Antichrist, you're just like, what the fuck? But then like, oh yeah, pretty cool.
Sure,
Um,
fuck with that.
yeah, and also before he learned that, he already kind of like subconsciously killed everyone who learned his secret and was a threat to him.
Which you
So
could connect that, as we already talked about it a little bit. You could maybe connect that somehow
but
to maybe Terso, maybe. I mean,
yeah,
maybe Terso found out that his
but
half
then
brother.
again, I don't know. Yes and no, and yes and no. As I said before, like I have to write it down, and then I mean, I still haven't touched the torso thing at all in this whole thingy here. So
I
yeah,
mean, maybe Terso found out for whatever reason that his brother, half brother, whatever, is the Antichrist, and that was not okay for whoever, for the clergy, for maybe for Copia himself. Maybe Copia was like, yeah, he knows, and now that he knows, for some reason we have to kill him, which is why they pulled him off stage, cut off his head, and made Copia and made Cardi
but
hold
see,
his
that's the
head.
thing. Like they did not cut off his head, so I still don't get this
Yeah, but
poster.
why? Yeah, but maybe they did that afterwards. Why? Why? I mean, who knows? Maybe.
Mm,
Maybe. I mean,
mm, yeah, maybe.
maybe they. I mean, they could not act that out on stage. That would have been just way too gory. Like, however they would have chosen to do that. So they just pulled him off stage and then pretended to have him beheaded.
Yeah, and who
Oh,
was sitting there playing
like
Uno with Primo and Secondo? The Holy Ghost. I'm
maybe that's
just
why they
asking.
maybe 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 that's why they put the syringe in Terso's neck, so they that was actually like a little to make him numb, and then they cut off his head and then put on some put back on some makeup, and that's maybe why his foot is twitching in the embalming scene because his body is just trying to die, and and then, and, and they then
Yeah,
just put on some makeup back on his face and make Cardi hold it. That makes so much fucking sense. Of course, like why wouldn't they?
yeah,
And afterwards, you never see them again. And I mean, in the glass caskets, his neck is covered by fabric. So maybe they just sewed it back on, sewed it.
sewn. They have
They
sewn it
decided to sew
or
it back
sewn.
on.
So it. Yeah.
Um, yeah, that makes
Hmm.
so much sense. I have no idea why you're looking like that.
I don't know, but did you know that it takes 7 daggers to kill the Antichrist?
That was a beautiful
I
transition.
know, right? Yeah. So yeah, 7 ancient
Yeah,
daggers.
but what happened? But what happened to Damien? Like, what did he do after he found out and after he got out of military school?
Well, he was
What?
obviously just like hell yeah. I know.
Yeah, but what did he do?
Like nothing special. I mean, he
He
was
didn't
like
kill any more people.
I
No,
mean,
not subconsciously, like just knowingly.
I mean, yeah, if they stood in his way, I'm pretty sure like or not in his way like, "Oh my god, I want this career, now die," or whatever. But I'm pretty sure he just like people still died when they were to find out or I don't know, be a threat
Mm.
to him. Um that's another thing that I didn't pay that much attention to. I will have to
Yeah,
rewatch
because it's
that.
not like that. It's not that important actually.
Um
But his
yeah,
he was
because hmm?
living with his uncle. You said right?
Yes, because like at the end of the first movie, his father wanted to. I mean, see, that's the thing. Like in the beginning, there was like this weird priest showing up and being like, "Your son is the Antichrist. Oh my god, you have to kill him." And he's like, "What the fuck? I don't
Mm.
believe you. Go home."
Mm.
But
How
later
did the
on,
priest know?
hmm?
How did the priest know that?
Oh, because it in Wikipedia it said he's a priest, but he was also a Satanist back in the day. So he was a
I
former
mean,
Satanist, and so that's how he know. I have no idea. But whatever. This guy eventually died, obviously because he was a threat. So
mm.
yeah, and in the course of time, there was another person showing up. That's where I showed you the clip from. I think
Mm.
was it the first one where they were in a cafe talking
Yeah,
about
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Um, and he believed that his son was the Antichrist because like things kept happening, like weirdish things, small little things, like not everyone dying, but
Mm.
also his wife, or like Damien's stepmom.
Mm.
Is it stepmom?
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I mean, this woman got pregante, um,
Pregante.
again, and obviously this would have been a threat to Damien. I don't know why, but it would have been a threat. And even though he did not know, I mean, he didn't do it on purpose, but I think no, he didn't. Um, he managed to knock off the woman from the balcony, and the fall killed the baby. I mean, she survived, but the baby was, you know, dead. Um, and when I read that, I was like, "The fuck? Why did I not watch that movie?" Because now it's if it wasn't obvious before, now it is. Because Damien was riding a fucking tricycle when that happened, and I'm just like, the tricycle. I even wrote down fucking tricycle.
Yeah, I said to Lizzie
Yeah,
earlier, like people, like sure they were like, why is there like a tricycle? But then you look at Cardi and you're like, of course he's riding a tricycle. What else would this person like? What other kind of vehicle would Cardi ride? There's nothing else. So
yeah,
people were like, sure, a tricycle, of course. But I mean, now that it was actually in the Omen, which is mentioned in the chapters, it makes sense, in my opinion,
yeah,
for it to be just put in a
yeah.
tricycle.
And that's when I also thought, like, maybe the accident from Sister, because I was like weeks ago. You remember when I was like skipping
I don't remember.
frame through frame from
Oh
the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
accident to see if she sees something in the mirror or whatever, or a reflection somewhere. That's a sign
Yeah,
that
yeah, I remember.
something makes her go down there, because I'm pretty sure still that she did not do that on purpose. Like, what
Yeah,
reason would
the,
she have to?
yeah. I said that. I said that as well a couple of weeks ago when we
Hmm.
were watching the chapters, because she like
Yeah,
if
she
this
looks
is
in the
the
mirror.
if this is the car. No, 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 no. That's not what I mean. If this is the car, and there's a curve going like this, and there is where she like drives off the cliff, and you can see her driving like this, and then you would normally think she would drive like into the curve, but she doesn't. She doesn't even try to
No, she
maneuver or anything.
actively turns the wheel around
She,
to
she, she
drive.
just she just holds the steering wheel
No, she turns
and
it.
does this. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
And she does this. Like instead of this, she didn't even try to go left. She just went straight off the
No,
cliff.
that's, yeah.
Yeah.
She,
But
yeah,
why did she do that?
exactly.
Was she possessed? Was she maybe trying to kill herself?
I don't think she. I mean, yeah, maybe, but that would be for another reason than with the Omen.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, maybe that's what I thought today. Like, maybe it was one of those subconscious things from
Hmm.
Damien, or Copia, so to say, because Damien and Sister
Yeah,
is weird.
which is also why the two kids in the chapters then, the red room thing.
Yeah,
Call him a murderer.
yeah,
Murderer. Murderer.
murderer. Yeah,
Murderer.
yeah, because
Which that
yeah,
would make
see,
sense.
yeah,
But maybe, you know what? Maybe he didn't know then. But the kids knew. And he made her do that subconsciously. And
yeah,
that's why he looked so confused at the kids.
yeah,
Maybe. I don't know.
yeah,
Or maybe he did know. But I don't think so, because look at Cardi's stupid little face. He
yeah.
looks so confused.
I mean, yeah, mm, yeah,
Don't you think so?
mm. Yeah. I'm just trying to think. Like, yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I wrote that down as well. Like, what if Copia only learned about his power
Yeah,
or
it's just
whatever,
that, yeah. Yeah.
when I don't know. Like I have no
There
idea
isn't there
when there
isn't
would be a really good
exactly, yeah.
point for.
There isn't there isn't an obvious scene where it seems like he finds out. So Copia, not Damon. What was his name? Damon, right?
Damien.
Damien.
Yeah, it's not like that there would be a scene where he finds out, but still, like, I don't know, like, did he know? Like, did he know before the thing with Terso happened?
Does he know
Or,
right
exactly, like, does he know right now? Or is he now, is now the phase where he finds out? And thus, or like, did he find out, like, with becoming Papa or whatever, something like that? Because
I mean,
obviously, Copia isn't a child.
he has
Hmm?
to wonder though why there is this tattoo on his chest. I mean, I'm pretty sure he saw himself naked, and so he must have been like, "Why is there a 666 on my chest?" You know what I mean?
Yeah, but then again,
And it
like,
must be it must. I mean, it cannot be a tattoo then.
no.
It must be a birthmark as well with Copia
Yeah. If
because
the Omen
I
thing
mean,
is, yeah, I'm pretty sure
yeah,
it's like a birthmark, yeah.
yeah,
Because why else? I mean, he could
yeah.
have put it on his scalp as well, but how would he ever show the world that he has a
I mean,
birthmark
the real
on his
Copia
scalp?
never shown his chest. It's just always on the stage backdrops.
Yeah. Um.
They could have done that in the beach scene. You know, with Solitarian and his beach house, just
Oh my
Copia
god.
wearing like these little like swim like boxer shorts,
And how would she
no.
do that with the mask?
Yeah, that's the thing. Maybe he could wear a little scarf just to,
Yeah. Yeah.
or like his whole torso is covered in sunscreen except for the tattoo, and they just like mask the thing between the mask and his his skin. I don't
Hmm.
know.
Yeah.
They would. I'm pretty sure they would have been able to find a way.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think he could have hired some special effects artists to put some wax or something in
Yeah, I'm
between
pretty
the
sure.
mask thing. They could have done that. Imagine if they would have given us shirtless Copia.
Hmm. Hmm.
That would have been hilarious. Just a mask and then no clothes except for like a little
I
a
mean,
little boxer short.
maybe we'll still see a shirtless Copia, but that has
No.
nothing to do with Omen. And I'm not gonna say that now.
I'm a little
um,
confused right
I
now.
know you're always confused when I talk about something shirtless.
But how would we see that? Can't you give a little hint?
No,
Why not?
because then they would hear it as well, and they would know. The thing we talked about that might happen in LA, where Renee was like, "Oh my god, no, 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 please no."
Oh, the this thing here?
Yeah, show it.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Crucificate. Yeah, he's gonna be like crucified. Okay, there you go. That was another theory.
They could have been they could have
Yeah,
meant
keep.
everything.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Now
I
they
will
know.
just shut up.
Now they know. No, keep on going.
No, let's get back to Omen. You mentioned some daggers earlier.
Yeah,
Maybe talk about that.
yeah. There are 7 daggers that are supposed to
So
kill him.
obviously, Damien has to be killed,
Hmm.
and I talk as if I've seen a single second of that movie. Um, so it's his uncle, right? Who wants to
I don't know. Tell me.
um, yes.
You know, if about 15 minutes ago you would have just like let me finish my sentence, we would already know that his stepfather or whatever is dead because he tried, after accepting that his son is the Antichrist, he tried to kill
But
him with the
you
fucking
just
7 daggers.
yeah, but you
But
suddenly
he
mentioned
died.
you suddenly
See,
mentioned those
you
daggers,
don't.
but But people didn't even know why there were daggers suddenly, or why he should be killed or anything. So that's why I tried to
I was about to say that, like, I mean, obviously everybody thinks that, oh yeah, the Antichrist has to be killed. So in normal, I don't know, Christian beliefs or something like that, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. And I was about to say that. I said that it takes 7 daggers to kill him. And I was about to say what happened with his father. And that he also, like, subconsciously basically killed him because back then he still didn't know. But before his father, let's call him father, um,
I feel
was
like a little
able
kid being
to
scolded.
actually kill him, he was
This is
killed
like
by the police.
this is
I
like a virtual ass whooping right now.
Yeah, it's just like, but yeah, that's with the 7 daggers. I'm pretty sure there's a connection to seven whatever in the Bible because there's everything seven. But that's another thing that we most likely will talk about when we talk about the horseman because like it's connected to the seven seals and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, we thought about maybe like the ghouls, but there's 8 ghouls, so that would not make any sense. Like each ghoul, one dagger, you know. But yeah, there's 7. There's 8.
Yeah,
Is there 8?
but
3, 4,
yeah, there's
5.
still eight.
Yeah,
All
8.
the
Yeah, yeah.
multiple times that we counted how many ghouls there were 8 ghouls. And there still are. However, Swiss is the only one that's acting really strange. I mean, yeah, Cumulus also started acting kind of weird, like
Camulus.
a Camulus, Camelot.
Camelot.
No, um, started acting weird now, where we think like maybe it's spreading like a disease, but
But I mean, look at Panther. It's also starting to act a little weird.
I mean,
Definitely. I
yeah,
mean, him
but
laying on stage, doing all these weird things. Like he laid his guitar on the stage and just hovered over it, playing this his guitar super weirdly,
that's
like
true.
while it was laying flat on the stage. And I, I mean,
Mm.
Soto is always weird.
Yeah, but Soto
Like
didn't
he-
change.
no, he's always been weird.
Soto
Yeah, but
Soto
definitely
did
it's
not
100%.
change. So there are two options.
No, either
If
is not there anymore.
there are two options, if you want to think about maybe the ghouls are the ones with the 7 daggers. I mean, it could still be just like one person using the 7 daggers, but it would be
Yeah.
cooler if it was like 7 people, you know. So either it would be um everyone but Swiss. And Swiss
Ooh.
is just like, as you said before, like, trying to protect. Or everyone but Soto. Because Soto is always just like, I don't care.
Yeah, and also Copia's always going to him, like laying on his little leg.
Exactly. I mean, I would do too. Uh,
Not on Soda, no.
oh, I would
But
too. I would
but
do too. I don't know.
that's actually like a really good theory. Like everybody but Swiss,
Yeah,
because
because,
Swiss is trying to
like,
protect
if
them.
you would actually just, like, finish. Or
I'm
let me
trying to get
finish
to
a
hold the
thought.
conversation.
I could come up with so many things. I see this episode being like twice as long as it could be, just because I just can't get my point across. because, however, so I think we have the basics. I mean, I think we checked everything. Yeah, Black Dog, whatever, blah blah blah, military school. That I wrote down so far. Now, I think we already talked about everything that's like similar to Copia. I mean, the only thing that I don't think that Copia already learned in, so to say, or in teenage years. Let's call it teenage years because I don't think that
Oh,
Copia
yeah.
ever went to a military school. However, like there's a stepbrother. Or no, it's not a stepbrother because like after his father died, he was then living with his uncle, um who had a wife, which was his second wife, and from his first marriage, he had a son called Mark, and they were like besties, so to say, until Damien found out that he was the Antichrist. And Mark then also found out at one point, and he was not willing to follow him and to, he was basically like, oh no, it's bad and whatever. So Mark died.
Yeah, which that makes sense too with Terso, I
Yes.
think.
So that's why I'm not sure. Like my first thought was like, yeah, it could be that Copia also found out like during Terzo, because like Copia already obviously existed before
Yeah, yeah.
Terzo. So I mean, even though we didn't know, he was there, right? So what if it was around this time? Because like, what if it was just like time's moving slower for a cardinal and everyone?
Did
Um,
Damien also already know
like when?
when his stepbrother found out?
Yes,
Okay, okay, okay.
yes. Because like, yeah, he found
That was
out,
after
and
the military school thing.
it was. I'm not sure if they were still in the military school, but it was around that age. So
Okay.
yeah. So now,
Mm.
if you'd say that maybe it just happened at the age of, I don't know, 49. Wait, Copia was about 49, right? When he showed up for us, basically. Could have
Yeah.
been 48, 49, yeah. I'm still not
Um,
sure if he was like born 1970, because I'm pretty sure he was like born 1969, because just like
it doesn't
69.
it doesn't say 1970.
I
It says
know it's
in the
assumed
19.
because like she was pregnant in 1969, so they assume it was 1970. But then again, if she was pregnant in January, I'm pretty sure like Copia didn't take that long, you know. So
30,
hmm?
20, 50, 53,
In
53.
2018, he then would have been 49.
Yes,
Yes,
yes, yes, yes.
49 is it?
9 plus 4 is
No,
13, which
wait.
is
No, no, no,
also
no,
very.
no. I'm not.
No, what are you talking about? 49?
It would be 7 times 7, not 6.
Yes, yes.
Huh. Whatever. I was like, I don't know. I don't even know why I was going there. I don't even remember that. However, oh yeah, because I was like, maybe it's a multiple of whatever, because like
Yeah.
his powers I mean, Damien's powers kind of like awakened when he was about to turn 6. So I was like, well, obviously,
But 6 plus 6 plus 6 is 18. 2018. Copia.
maybe that's another thing, because like obviously Tobias can't play like a 6-year-old boy, or we can't see a 6-year-old boy on stage, so I was like, maybe it's like multiplied by whatever.
Mm.
So yeah, maybe it's like not about his age, but like 2018, or I don't know. I'm pretty sure like if there's like a number behind all of that, I will find out at one point. So, um and uh where was I going with that? Oh yeah, age. Yeah. I don't know if he found out before, or if he already knew when he came on scene. I don't know, because like in chapter 2, when they introduced him and he walked in there, I don't I don't know. He does not look like he knows that he's the fucking Antichrist. He just
No.
looks like, I don't know. And that's why I'm like, I'm not sure that if he knew when that thing to Terzo happened. I'm pretty sure like if
Maybe Teresa knew, but
yeah,
Copia
maybe like if
hardly.
he has to do with his death or whatever happened,
Yeah,
then it was subconsciously.
yeah.
And I'm pretty sure like he kind of like, I'm not sure like if he found out when he, I mean, during the time kind of like when he became Papa. Um because like there's this other thing with like sister. See, where I was like thinking about who sister could be. Because like if we go strictly about like what happened in Omen, then sister could not be his mother
Hmm.
because oh my god.
Maybe she actually isn't.
Yeah,
And
maybe what
maybe,
if the same thing like maybe she was pregnant like the one in Omen, but then like her baby was like stillborn and then they just like I don't know.
but she's still like she's basically mourning her actually like
No,
actual.
maybe she does not know. Like the stepmother in Omen, maybe
Oh,
she
like
thinks he's her son, but
oh.
then again, that
But
would mean that Nihil would have known from the beginning, but he did not. Or did he?
maybe he
Didn't I
did know,
write down?
and maybe he did know, and he's just trying to uh pretend to not know. You know what I mean?
Didn't I write down something like that? Maybe? Huh.
But even then, what something about the chapters which I've never really understood is why they're making this big mystery about if sister is actually Copia's mom. Or
Hmm.
they did not, or they do not make it a mystery, and and it
And
actually
she
is the way that
actually is not.
yeah,
Or
maybe she
she,
is.
like in the movie, like, that, I mean, like in the movie, that maybe Copia's mom died, or also like stepmom, and that we never knew who she was. So, no, that doesn't make sense at all. Forget that thought. But like,
But then
um,
why? Oh no, yeah, no, no, yeah, no, no.
yeah. The other thing is like, could sister be like the nanny, so to say, in that movie, which kind of doesn't make sense. No, wait.
Hmm?
What if? What if sister? Wait. What's the age difference between Copia and Terzo?
Uh,
It's not that much, right?
wait. I have my
No, I
books
know that
open.
Secondo and Terzo was like 3 months apart, but
3 Terso. It says somewhere between 1950 and
no,
1960.
no, because then I was like, what if sister is actually Terzo's mom? And I have no idea where that thought might have led. Whatever, doesn't make sense. Um, so what? And then I wrote down like, what if she is supposed to be the nanny? Like the one that was a Satanist waiting for the Antichrist's arrival, whatever, which could make sense because obviously she was a Satanist before because she was like, oh yeah, Nihil, I need you to be the Papa and church and whatever, Satan, oh Satan, and stuff like that. So she was a Satanist before. We know that.
I think we have to rewatch the chapter.
Yeah,
now that
we do.
now that we
um with That's the thing, we have to rewatch it every single time when you learn something new from
we can
another
still do
source.
that.
It's just
We can
like,
still do that on a stream though.
yeah. um and also she wants to get Copia to get more powerful, and like because she's like, oh yeah, he's ready, like she brings him in to be like, oh, there you go, there you have a cardinal to be like the new whatever, you know
Hmm.
She could have brought like basically anybody, but she brought the cardinal. Look at my Cardi baby, like that.
You also have to think about one thing. Sister, no, no, not sister. Copia has not once called her mom or anything, but he always calls Nihil pops or papa, you know, or
Yeah,
dad. And he never like there's never a mom that
exactly,
slipped out of his mouth or anything. Because
exactly.
maybe he knows that he's not her son.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Also, another pro or a yes for she could be the nanny in quotes. That she protects him, like I don't know. Um, I mean, which a mother would do as well. But then again, like maybe, and that's another thought. Like, jumping over to the game. with Phantomime and the notes where it's just like report any health or like any changes in health conditions or whatever, report immediately and something like that, which at that point we thought of maybe she was like after him. She was like, oh yeah, I mean, if or that maybe he was like mind controlled, or maybe that he was just like a puppet or whatever. um and that's the reason why she wants to know if anything changes so they can adjust that, which also says so that they can make adjustments, right? I don't know. However, what if it is out of concern that something could happen to him while she's not with him all the time? Out of a protective f- point of view? Could be. I don't know. But the only thing is like where I'm like, no, it's not the nanny because she was obviously pregante in that one video.
Yeah, but maybe, as you said, she lost her child.
Yeah, and maybe yeah, exactly. Like maybe it's at that point where Nihil and sister are acting like they're his parents, like that
And his
they kind
actual
of adopted.
and his actual parents are like Satan and whatever.
Exactly.
Maybe a rat.
Um, and that maybe, yeah, sister like lost her child during birth. I don't know.
And he just couldn't see her like that, and he was like, "Okay, yeah, no, we're not going to do that. Here, have this child," and he gave her the Antichrist.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe if Nihil is death, going back to the horseman, um, he and he also knew about the Antichrist, but that doesn't make sense because he's talking about the bloodlines thing, and he doesn't really like accept Copia. That's the only thing I'm like, I don't know. Like,
Yeah,
I
because
don't.
Copia isn't part of the bloodline.
That's true.
Because what if Neil really is not his son? Then he would not be part of the bloodline in any
Yeah, yeah.
way.
I mean, in this theory, Nihil isn't like the father at all.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Huh. This is getting weird and my head starts to hurt. It's just, but yeah, that's,
Can we get away for that for 1 second? Because I
yeah,
have a question.
yeah.
When we watched the chapters, I actually wrote down
Mm-hmm.
um some, what is
Yes.
Stichpunkte in English?
I don't know, but some things.
That's little notes basically.
Yeah.
And for chapter 5, the call, I wrote down the actual conversation between Nihil and Sister. And he says, blah blah. I mean, 1, 2, and 3 are very good, but then Christ. He suddenly smites our Lord at the end of 3. And that's it. What a shitty ending. So, but then Christ. He suddenly smites our Lord. So, you said that. Who was the one that killed the Damien in the Omen? His.
Nobody killed him. Tried. Attempted.
Even with the daggers? They didn't actually kill him?
Oh,
Am I
I
just.
mean, in the end of the third movie,
Yeah.
yeah, there were like uh, assassins or whatever, and it was wild. To be honest, I wasn't paying attention. However, he dies, and when he died, he just like taking his last breath. Basically, he saw Christ. He saw. I don't want to call him Jesus, but he saw Christ, and
So
he said,
there wasn't a person pretending to be Christ. There was actually Christ in the
"Yeah,
Omen.
wait. I'm
Oh.
gonna tell you exactly how it was." So it says here. Oh yeah, no, it was like that journalist Kate Reynolds and her adolescent son Peter. Um
They killed
wait, yeah.
Damien.
Reynolds stabs him in the back while he attempts to kill this DeCarlo guy after using Peter as a shield. So basically there's like three people, two people, three, four, four people. Damien, Peter, this DeCarlo guy that he wants to kill, and this Kate Reynolds. So 4 people, and this madam stabs him in the back while he attempts to kill the other guy while using somebody as a shield. Whatever. I don't think that this. I mean, he was stabbed in the back.
Hmm.
Um.
Which that could be something that would be doable
Yeah,
at a concert.
and then it says
It
Damien
wouldn't be
lives long
as
enough to see a vision of Christ and dies, telling him that he has won nothing. There you go. That's why, and then suddenly Christ, and then Christ, whatever. What a shitty ending. It seems like a shitty ending, to be honest. Like, when you just read that, it's a shitty ending. So, um, the thing is, no. Because they talk about the 4th movie with, like, when you have new creative team and everything,
yes.
whatever.
It
But
says
then again,
it
like,
says that sister says, and then there's number 4, which feels like an excuse to bring in a new director and try to get the ending right after 15 years. And Neil adds, well, whenever you have a new creative team, when you start episode 4, you have to do a lot of rebuilding.
what if this now is episode 4? This is Tobias's version of episode 4. So what if the ending isn't going to be the same ending that there is going to be Christ? Because we were thinking about who the fuck should be like Christ or Jesus or whatever. Obviously not Kevin. So
Poor
with
Kevin.
his leaf blower, just like
Imagine just blowing his
no,
head off.
yeah, no. So what if, like, yeah, because I also, either they said that to make clear that the 4th movie isn't gonna have anything to do with that, or it's like when you have something, you have to rebuild everything. That
Or it is actually episode 3, and the 4th episode maybe actually that's where the Terso thing is coming in.
But do you even know what in the 4th
Copia,
episode happens?
no, but just as a little just a little
Just
tiny little
because
thought
I want to
before
bring
you.
Terso in every time. Yeah,
I will give my little
Terso.
thought, and then
Yeah, 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 yeah.
you can actually explain what happened
I
in
have
movie
no
number 4.
idea
Okay.
because I have not watched it yet. Because I was up until this point,
Okay,
I was
so
like, it's irrelevant. Irrelevant.
maybe we're in episode 3 or movie 3, whatever, and Copia actually becomes the Antichrist. Where, like, no matter if it's like
He is
L.A.
already.
Yeah, like transforms visually to become the
Yeah,
Antichrist. Maybe that happens no matter if it's like L.A. Maybe it is L.A. Copia
it would be a
transforms
waste if it
visually.
wasn't LA when they already have filming
Copia
team. Yeah.
Copia transforms to become like visually the Antichrist, like whatever, and then at the like maybe LA night number 1, he transforms into the Antichrist. LA night number 2,
He dies.
the the Antichrist does the whole concert, and at the end he gets killed by whoever it may be, and then for the next leg when they get to like South America, Australia, all of that, Terso is coming back because it says when you have like when you start episode 4, you have to do a lot of rebuilding. Maybe they're rebuilding the church with the new pope, Terso.
Hmm.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean that would be some crazy weeks if that
That's true.
would
That's
really
true.
happen.
That's true.
That would be crazy. Whoops.
Um. Also, the 4th movie is that it's revealed that Damien had a child, a
Yeah, I've read
daughter.
that. Yeah, I've
Yeah,
read that in the
and
yeah.
yeah, whatever. So I don't think so. So either like if the rebuilding part is relevant, I think it's like, yeah, fuck that
Like
4th
why else
movie.
would
I'm
they?
gonna do like my own version of that.
Hmm.
I said that 2 options before. So yeah, I don't know. Hmm. Hmm. a lot to like, I don't know, like, but there's also like so many hints in other directions as well. Like, not just like, I mean, we're pretty sure, like, come on, it's so fucking obvious. Anybody that's like, oh no, he's not the Antichrist, blind, fucking blind. Just like, I don't know. I
Yeah, but
mean,
maybe that's what Tobias wants.
he is the Antichrist. The question is still, how is it gonna end? What is gonna happen? And that could be anything, because like there's still the Caligula thing where he gets assassinated, which also could be connected to he's gonna be stabbed in the back and whatever, or he's
This
gonna be stabbed
whole
by assassins.
this whole, this whole Antichrist thing is just like was it was never officially mentioned. Sure, there's like the artwork and the merch and all that stuff, but it is never like it has
Yeah, but
never
he
been an
also never
official thing.
officially said Terzo is gonna come
Yeah,
back.
no, no,
Yeah.
exactly. I've never said that,
Oh,
but
oh
like
yeah.
it is not like like it's not written in stone that Copia
No.
is the Antichrist.
I mean,
Are there many hints? Yes. Are there hints to Terzo? Yes, but
yeah, but it's
not
not like Antichrist and Terzo could not coexist, because they
no, of
obviously
course
do.
not.
Yeah.
Of course not, but
Yeah.
it's not like it's not like it's officially said that Copia is the Antichrist. That has never been said.
That's true. But Tobias never says anything about that.
No.
So, but it's fucking obvious. Also, like if
Yeah,
you
sure.
look at the Four Horsemen, which we talk about next time, because that's
Yes.
still. But
No, next episode will be something different. Next episode will not be about I don't want to say not going to be about ghosts, but it's not going to be about the lore. It's not going to be about the any character. It's not going to be about any theories. Basically, we'll have a guest. Basically, that's
yes,
anything else would have been like stupid. So yeah.
and it's
So
not gonna be a horseman.
how do you know? Have you asked them?
No,
So don't
I haven't
try to
talked to them.
assume. Yeah, me neither. Like
um,
not face to face.
um, yeah, because the first horseman, just let's say that, is supposed to be. I mean, for the longest time they thought it was Jesus. I don't even know why you would whatever. But back in was it 1800 something? Yeah, 1866. Somebody was like, "Oh yeah, it's like the Antichrist because of Napoleon." I don't know. And
1866. There's 18 and there's 66. So that is kind of sus. Not going to lie.
yeah, and
Powder my
where's
face.
the other six?
Hmm?
Where's the other six? Jesus
Yeah, that
Christ!
you can get that when you divide the 18 by 3.
Oh,
You get
Jesus
even
fucking Christ!
you have you
Where do you get the three from? Because it's like 666, three numbers. Yeah.
exactly, and then you have
However,
5 6 in the end.
like ever since there were like other people being like, "Oh yeah, that guy is right," like Antichrist, and ever since, even like in evangelical circles and whatever, it's just like set in stone, so to say. It's believed that the first horseman is the Antichrist instead
Yeah,
of Christ.
yeah.
So, which would make sense. Also, like the horseman for many represents like the Antichrist slash false prophets in general. Just to put that out there. And the reason why we say that Copia might be the first horseman is because he sits on a fucking white horse in at the end of Rats, which was the
Oh,
first music video he ever showed up. Yes.
and one of Cardi's tours was called A Pale Tour Named Death.
Yes. But then again, that would be the fourth horseman,
Yeah, but it says pale. Oh yeah, you're right.
which Death is riding on a pale horse.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, forget what I
See,
meant.
yeah, yeah.
Just
So, yeah, we're gonna talk about more detail about the horseman and who we
yeah,
think who's who, and
the who is
also
who.
also like Bible quotes where you find that and dive
Yeah.
into the seven seals and whatever. Maybe up until then I found connections between seven. I don't know. There's not only seven seals, but also seven other things.
Seven
Um,
trumpets, seven angels,
yeah,
I believe.
yeah, exactly. I'm
Ooh,
pretty
Bible
sure
lesson.
like
I
you
can't wait for
you
that.
you could find a connection to the
Yes.
seven daggers as well.
Yes.
If there is one, I found it up until that episode. Um, yeah, I don't know. Like that's just like where we are now regarding to Omen. Like Damien equals
Can I ask a
Copia.
simple, just a little question?
Hmm?
The conversation between Nihil and Sister, okay?
Yeah.
Nihil said, is it? No, I think Sister says, you don't have to have two eyes to love this movie. It's just as good with one. What does that even mean? You think it's like there's something else behind that, or is that just like Sister,
I don't know. I thought the same, but I think
just a
it's
little
just
funny?
because like she has like this
Oh,
wrap
yeah,
around
okay.
her head
Yeah,
because from
yeah,
the accident,
yeah. Okay. You're
and
probably
she
right,
only
yes.
has like one eye right now. Because I was like, does it have anything to do with like the white eye thing? But then again, like they can still see from the
Are
white
you
eye as
sure?
far as we know. I don't know. I don't know if their white eye is blind or not. I mean, Nihil is should be blind. I don't know what eyes he uses to watch anything. His third eye.
Hmm.
Hmm. But I don't know. Like, was it ever see that like we're diving so deep into any like conspiracy theories? I don't know who is Copia and why and whatever, and is Nihil actually his mother? Yeah, is his sister actually his mother, or is she whatever? But then we don't even know. Like, I don't
Is the thing you
think
mentioned earlier with Nihil and his gas and his thing, is that relevant
no.
right now? Oh, okay,
It's
okay.
not to Omen. I mean, not really. But I started out with that because I was getting in the mood, or I was trying to get in the mood for today's podcast because I also you said that like perfectly. It feels like we have to give a presentation at school or something, and we're not prepared at all. That's what it felt like. So
It will feel like, but it will feel like that for every episode
that's
when it
true.
comes to theories,
That's
because
true.
there's not a point we're getting to.
That's true. However, like at least I wanted to like know the basics a little bit more, so or like even get in the mood for
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah. No.
So I started watching the the chapter with the accident because I was like, oh yeah, maybe because like when I watched Omen, I was like, maybe something in the accident makes sense now.
Mm,
So far, it did not in regards to Omen. However,
yeah.
like for the longest time, I don't know. I think we even mentioned that already at some point. Like we thought that the gas in his oxygen tank, whatever, if it's oxygen, I don't think so, um, was used or was put in there by somebody else, used to manipulate Nihil or make him hallucinate, whatever. But today, when I watched the accident, I was like, that bastard sniffs it on purpose to see Sister young and not so that damaged from the accident, not
Yeah,
coughing like an old woman,
because
just
he's
like
yeah, but
and
because he's never really out of breath or anything whenever he
exactly. So
puts on the
he
mask.
he knows what's in there. So and that's when I was like, okay, I should write that down in my thing because I had that in there. Like maybe he's mind controlled because of the gas, and then
Hmm.
like it must be a gas leak or whatever. So at least one thing from all of this I could just like cross out and be like, no, irrelevant. And that felt nice, to be honest. Just like, no, because he fucking knows. And I don't know how many times we watched that and we never noticed. And now I have to go back and watch the other ones
Yeah, but we
and
will do that
see,
on a live stream.
and see if he does that on purpose in all of them. I'm pretty sure now that he does. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm pretty sure.
Mm.
But those are the small things. Just like they're so like right up in your face, but we did not want to see them because we were so
You didn't give
focused
them.
on.
Yeah, you didn't give them we didn't give them a second thought or
Yeah,
anything.
and we were so focused on Nihil being used, being, I don't know, this puppet of whatever. Um, but what if he is not used? I mean, I still don't know what happened back in the day and why. I mean, his mind must have been altered, or maybe not. Maybe that's also just like part of the hallucination and an actual memory that he sees himself as a really young papa. Maybe that's just a part of, like, maybe it's not an altered memory, you know? Maybe he is just, I don't know.
Hmm.
Who knows? I hate
Hmm.
that and I love it at the same time because, like, with one little thing, basically, so many things change, like a chain reaction. Oh, I hate and love it at the same time. Yeah, and exactly that look on your face. I had so many, like, before I was just like, huh, hmm,
There's
yeah,
like 100 thoughts running through my mind now that you
hmm,
made like, now after that little change of thought of
yeah,
sister not maybe not being his mother.
yeah. I also have to like go after that basically, and I have to write it down. I don't know, like, you know, and to be honest, like, that's weird. Like, at every point in my life where somebody was like, "Oh yeah, you know, for that job or for whatever or in school, you should make a mind map," and I'm like, "Ah, nah, whatever." But now something
Yeah.
completely irrelevant to my actual or to the real life outside. I'm like, let's make this fucking mind map and I'm gonna master it. I'm gonna find out what's happens. It's just like, I
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
feel the same. Yeah,
Yeah. But because it's interesting.
it's
That's,
fun.
yeah, it's fun and it's interesting, and because like it keeps you busy for a long time, and even though like even if you
It keeps
don't.
you it
Hmm?
keeps you busy, and it's like trying to solve a crime.
Yeah, and it's not like you watch a crime movie or whatever, so and you have like 1.5 hours to solve it. So I said it to my colleagues. It's just like a real life crime, basically,
Yeah,
or like a crime that you can solve like in real time, because like, I don't know,
it's
and
a
it
crime
it
where
will
there
keep on
isn't.
going.
It isn't a crime where there is yet a solution,
Yeah,
which makes this even more fun because
yeah,
no one knows for sure,
yeah.
except for Tobias, of course.
Does
Yeah.
he though? No kidding.
Imagine him just making shit up day by day.
I'm pretty sure,
Not really know where he's
like,
going with this.
if something happens in LA, I'm pretty sure now he is sure
Oh,
because
100% yes. I mean, a couple of years ago, he would like when he was
hmm,
Cardi already. He said that he has his
hmm,
plans for at least
5 years,
3 years.
five
No,
years.
he said 2 to 3 years. He said, and then COVID
I
happened.
remember 5 years. I don't know.
Really?
He has
Anyways,
like the
I
next
mean, it's
five
not
years.
really
Oh, whatever.
relevant. Yeah. So, is there anything else you would like to add when it comes to the Omen?
Um, that I sadly have to rewatch them, like actually watching now. I hope I find a better. I
I mean, we can still talk about it in like the episode. I don't know.
I
Maybe
mean,
we can put
we will
that.
come back to it eventually,
Yes, of
because like,
course.
you know, because of all the connections between. Also, like, what else is on my mind map now is like the whole. I mean, this, like, one big thing is like the Four Horsemen so far, and the other big one is like from what happened in Dance Macabre, kind of like.
This one is like huge, huge, huge. The John Macabre one.
I mean, it's bigger than I thought it would be. It's
Can I? Can
that's
I?
what she
Can
said.
I? Can I say something?
Yeah.
There's this picture on her mind map of Cardi,
Yeah.
and right beside that,
Yeah.
there's
I
like a little. Can I say that?
yeah, I wrote that today.
There is a little.
Sexiest man
It
alive.
says sexiest man alive,
Yeah. I added that today because I was
and
like, okay.
also another of my favorite right beside his face is why bastard.
Yeah, because like you said it last time, the bastard, and I was like, I still have to like check like where that's said, and also like at this point
The
it
thing
didn't
between
make
sister and
sense.
Neil is hilarious.
Yeah, ficky ficky. Um, I could like yeah, I might insert or we could post a little bit on like Instagram
Can
of it.
can you maybe explain this thing besides Nihil? Why does
Oh
it say ripe? Why does it say ripe? And then right under that it says that's why Sabrina loves him. Can you
yes,
maybe explain that for a second?
and then
And
it
for his
says
shaky hands.
yes. I mean, now I know why you don't like Soto that much because he's not that old. Oh, but
Yes,
Copia.
please. You can continue your thought.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, there are wild thoughts. I mean, we could. I don't know. No, right now I do not want to share my mind map. But when we're done with all of this, and when I'm done with this, because there's like things that are like irrelevant and then just like notes where I know that I have to sort them to
Hmm.
other things later. But I'm pretty sure like either when we're done with our theory episodes or something happened and all of this is
Yeah.
just useless.
Mm.
I will share that. Like
Yeah.
the mess I created over all of that. It's just also there's messy handwriting. Um
I can read it. It's okay. I've seen worse.
yeah. I mean I could try to write neater, but then I was like, why?
Sorry, is there anything you want to add about the Omen, or is that
um
like for now?
for now no, I don't I think I said everything that I managed to think of in that maybe 45 minutes before before we then started to get ready for the podcast. Yeah, I'm pretty
Okay.
sure there's more. Yeah.
So if you've watched The Omen 1, 2, 3, and maybe 4, and you've seen anything else that we did not mention or that Lizzie didn't
Oh,
mention,
I'm pretty sure.
please, yeah, please, write us a message. We've gotten some compliments over the last couple of days, which were so fucking sweet. Every single time someone like writes us a compliment, we send it like we make a little screenshot and we send it to the other one, just like with like a crying emoji every single time.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so thank you for that. Yeah, if you want to send us anything,
Hmm.
shoot us a message on Instagram. That's where
Also,
we'll.
yeah.
No, no,
Oh yeah,
sorry.
also I kind of like want to know if because I heard a lot of things like also on TikTok with like the theories and everything. It's just like especially now like with the new shirt designs from that horror
Oh yeah.
crossover. Like but I never and I don't know why. Like I don't know if it was just the algorithm or whatever, but I never saw anything about the Omen and Copia. And I don't know if it's just like because everybody else, as we as well, thought that it was just like irrelevant and there's just like two old people
Yeah, but we
watching TV.
also like the both of us. We tend to avoid stuff about
That's true, but you
the
know,
lore.
yeah, that's
Like
why I want to
because we try
know.
to be as neutral as possible.
Yeah,
So
that's why.
if things have been said, like the things that we said, if these things have been said, we're sorry. We didn't know because
No,
again, we tend to.
It's not about. That's not what I want to say. I'm not sorry about
Oh,
anything.
I
I'm
am.
not. Um, I just want to like. Have you heard of that already? Like, or
No,
other people?
no, no.
if other
I
people
have.
already heard of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was also not looking up anything on like Reddit then, or like sometimes you're just like, oh yeah, Ghost and Omen and whatever. Um, I did not see anything related to that in the comments on YouTube below that chapter, but yeah, as I said, and I don't also didn't Google because I didn't want to a either like have the solution for everything right in front of me, because I wanted to get there like by myself.
On your own, yeah.
Also, if I'm wrong, I also want to find that out on my own. So
Yes.
yeah, that's why whatever. However, but did you already think in that direction, people of the world?
Instagram. People of the world.
People of the world, children of the night.
Yeah.
What music they make.
So
Yeah,
yeah, if you've like read anything about it, if you heard anything about it, if you have actually found a solution for the Omen thing, don't please do not write as that.
please, no, no kidding.
You
But
can
yeah,
you can you can write it to me on my private account so Lizzie can't see it.
it's not
No,
that you're not allowed to write that. No, it's just like, I mean,
no, of
you
course
are,
not.
because like, I mean, people write their theories as well to us, and we're just like,
Yes.
huh. Either we're just like, oh yeah, we thought of that as well, but we haven't said it yet,
Yeah,
or
again,
we're
yeah,
just like,
actually, yeah,
huh,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's a
Absolutely. Yeah.
good
If
point.
you've sent us your theories and we haven't talked about it, it's because we will in the next episodes.
Yeah,
We're not ignoring it. We're just like
exactly.
we're saving it.
Yeah,
Yes. So again, if you have seen anything about the Omen, if you've seen something that we haven't mentioned, that Lizzie hasn't mentioned, whatever, please
tell
write us
us.
that.
Yeah,
Yes, and yes, I think that's it for this episode, right?
yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
So, yep.
yeah.
Wow, that
That's
was a good ending. Anyways,
yeah. And I haven't even like been like, sister, sister, did you miss me?
no.
Why? I missed you. I've been sitting here watching The Omen without you. You know how sad that made me feel. I don't
I
know.
could not care less.
Why?
Anyway,
Did you find somebody else? Somebody?
no. Anyways, thank you for listening. Thank you
Sister,
for
don't
watching.
break my
What?
heart. Don't go breaking my heart. Now it's your turn. You said, I couldn't if I tried. No?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for
Yeah.
watching. Yes, next episode we will be joined by
I guessed.
a guest. So tune into that.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No. And
Okay.
then the episode after will be again,
Yes.
most like the horseman.
Mhm.
Maybe change of plans if something more relevant comes up, but I don't think
Yes.
so. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening.
Yeah.
And
Thank
we'll
you.
see you next week.
Yeah.
Whenever.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. What do you mean whenever?